Hi, my name is Tony Majola. I am the Group Finance Manager at Eazi Access. And we've been using IDU software for approximately, I think it's going on about 8 years. We did the implementation back in 2018, and it's been quite the journey.
Hi everyone, I am Lerato, Khumalo. I am the business analyst in the planning division. I do the forecasting and the budgeting of the group together with the finance team and the regional accountant. The Excel reporting function. We used to export a lot of data onto Excel, create our own reports, and then send it out to the regions. Now with the Excel reporting function, we actually build our reports on Excel, import them onto IDU. Anyone who has access to IDU can just export that report. We've built graphs in there, we've built various tabs, and it updates with each fiscal set. So that has taken a lot of time away from us. We don't have to constantly every fiscal set be building a report for forecast 1, forecast 2. We literally just update our fiscal sets on IDU and people can export that. So that's how we've been efficient. Less time working on Excel, and a lot of the stuff has been modernized so I think that's one of the many ways that IDU has made us efficient.
IDU has saved and streamlined a lot of this budgeting and reporting process. I think, to sort of put it simply, it's one version of the truth. The biggest frustration prior to using IDU, and even at companies I've worked at before, was always version control. Even reporting actuals, you would always have last-minute changes, last-minute adjustments, and constant republishing of results, which I think also just speaks to or makes people start to doubt and question the credibility as a finance department in terms of what we're publishing. Having IDU, I think, has also just driven accountability back to source. You have almost the empowerment at an operational level. Operational managers, general managers, site managers, branches, they have access to their results on a daily. It's live. They can compare their actuals versus their budgets versus their forecasts. And it really does put ownership, I think, of that specific branch's results back in their hands. And I think just on top of that, beyond the reporting, it's the added sort of drill down function. You can simply just double tap, drill down to at a transactional level of detail. I think that as well, just in terms of investigating and people being able to see at a granular level sort of what contributes to the numbers that they're seeing, it really does, I think, creates empowerment. It saves a lot of time. It puts ownership back. And I think it also, just from a head office perspective, and that's the space that sort of we're in from a group perspective, it really saves us time as well. We're not burdened with trying to investigate queries for them. They can do that themselves because they've been empowered to do so with the application IDU.
I find it quite easy. So when I started working at EasyU 4 years ago, we had that option, where you actually get to go through that functionality, where you actually get to learn about IDU and the different functionalities. So just from that, I was able to grasp as to, okay, this is what this model does, this is what this model does. So I find it quite easy to and simple to navigate. The importing and export, everything is literally, the signage is, when you hover over it, it tells you what it is. So it's very easy to understand and navigate the different modules you're able to see and interpret. So I think it's very easy to navigate, and I like the fact that if you don't understand something, you guys have that model which actually explains what each function is for. And even when you're stuck, there's that question mark there where you can just click on it and it will delve into the different topics. And you can just have a quick glance at what each topic is about, and then you can go back. So for example, with Excel reporting, when we're building it, there were parts where we were get stuck as to what this means, but we'd click on that that question mark, and it tells us what each signage means. So then you're able to go back to building the report. So I think it's very easy to navigate.
I think also just agree, it's very user-friendly, very easy to navigate. I think even the feedback that we get from the non-finance community, so from the operations themselves, they're able to navigate very, very easily, change scenarios, change the months, change the different views. I think it really, really lends itself well to all those who are sort of financially fluent and both those who are not. Most definitely. I think if you want to sleep better at night, if you want better quality of life, the stress of doing budgets in Excel, consolidating spreadsheets, Excel links, version control, integrity of your budget, just that whole entire process, to streamline it, the amount of time and effort you will spend trying to do this outside of a system. No. IDU, I think for me, has been a tool that has worked incredibly well within the different elements and just the way that the budget functionality has been set up between the activity budgeting and the various other components. I would highly recommend IDU. I think the last thing to add is beyond the compilation of the budget, whilst you are now in the new fiscal period and you want to compare your current performance against budget, that is where you really, if I can almost call it ROI, you almost get the return on investment. If from doing the budget in the same program as your reporting tool, you can easily compare variance to budget and be able to drill down into the detail instantly within a short period of time, just to be able to resolve and understand why there's budget variances, perhaps why you've performed better or why you've overspent.